Hello, South Africa. My name is Nazli Sharif, and today we are coming to you live from Matlosana in the Northwest Province, where the Democratic Alliance is leading a march against the ANC cadre deployment and rampant corruption that is fast collapsing this beautiful province. The march today is led by DA Leader John Steenhuisen and the Northwest Provincial Leadership, and they are joined by DA members, DA activists, supporters and concerned residents. Where the DA governs, we do not tolerate corruption, and we ensure that we spend your money on service delivery. We are governing for the best interest of the people. As we count down the days to the historic 2024 elections, today officially marks 30 days until South Africa goes to the polls. To find out where to vote, or if you or somebody you know is unable to vote on the 29th of May, please make sure that you register for a special vote to vote on the 27th or the 28th of May. If you have ill health, if you are traveling, or if you have a disability, please make sure that you register for a special vote. Do it right now, because special votes close this week on the 3rd of May. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We have a jam-packed lineup coming your way, and in a few moments we will be hearing from DA Leader John Steenhuisen. To get help on where to vote, go to wheretovote.da.org.za and we will gladly help you. Joining me now is the Northwest Provincial Chairperson, Freddy Sonak. Hello, Freddy. It's so lovely to be here in the Northwest, and thank you for joining our broadcast. Please, can you tell the people at home exactly what are we doing here today?
Thank you very much, Nazli. Today we are marching. It's quite heartwarming to see people coming out in numbers to join our march. It is heartwarming to see people from Matlosana specifically, because we did not bus in anyone. We requested the people here to come forward and say they are tired about everything that has been happening in this municipality, the corruption, the lack of services and all that. So people came in numbers to join us and to stamp their foot and say enough is enough, we need an alternative.
Freddie, tell me, why exactly are we in the Northwest to vote, to march against cadre deployment and corruption? Why exactly the Northwest?
The Northwest, if you've checked the latest statistics, we are having the highest unemployment rate in South Africa. We came to Matlosana specifically because Matlosana is leading in terms of unemployment. There's lack of services here, and corruption is at its peak. As I'm speaking to you, the CFO of the municipality here at Matlosana is undergoing a criminal case. Wow. As I'm speaking to you, the mayor resigned and then withdrew the resignation. The MM is alleged that he has stolen funds. There's a lot of corruption in terms of tenders, of tenders, and a number of issues that are happening in this municipality. So we chose this municipality to say that let us call the residents, let us come together and say, yes, the DA, we have a solution. Give us a chance and we'll root out this corruption here.
Freddie, you know, you spoke about the corruption that's ingrained within government here in the Northwest. But can you tell us at home, what does that mean for the regular person living in the Northwest?
It means that you'll have no jobs. It means that you'll not be able to have your refuse removed daily. It means that when you apply for jobs, you're not going to get a job because you're not a card-carrying member of the African National Congress. So it means that people are suffering. So that is why we decided that let's come together and say it ends today. And people must make sure that they go and vote.
Absolutely. Freddie, how will the DA do things differently when it comes to the Northwest?
I think first, let me boost a bit and say that as the DA, we have a good track record where we govern. It has been seen in the Western Cape, it has been seen in Midvaal. The first thing that we'll need to do in the Northwest, especially in Matlosana, is to ensure that we do a skills audit. In the skills audit, we check who are the people that are employed in the municipality. Our own research has shown that in the Northwest, you have CFOs, you have MMs who are only having matric. That is why we are unable to deliver services. So the DA government will ensure first that the basics, we get them right. Your refuse removal, we clean the streets. By doing that, we'll be able to ensure that we attract investment. And once we are able to attract investment, it means that there will be jobs. It will be easy for jobs to be created because the private sector will find it easy also to come and invest in the municipality.
Yeah. Freddie, I know I have to let you go because you have the stage program. But before I let you go, what is your final message to all the voters watching this live at home, but specifically for those living in the Northwest?
I want to urge each and every South African at all corners of the Northwest to go out and vote, to ensure that you take your old people, your wives, your husbands, you ask them to go out and vote, and those who are unable to can go and vote on that day to at least register for special votes and ensure that on the day they are ready and they are able to take out the ANC, because the ANC has failed us over the years.
Absolutely. Freddie, I'm going to let you go so that you can get ready for the stage. South Africans, there you have it. That is the Northwest Chairperson reminding each and every one of you to make sure you go out and vote on the 29th of May. I am lucky enough to be now joined by the Northwest Provincial Leader, Leon Basson. Hello, Leon. It's so great to be here in the Northwest. What exactly are we doing here today?
Môre Nasli en môre ook aan al die kykers. Ons is vandag hier in Noordwes en in Matlosana spesifiek om teen korrupsie en kaderontplooiing 'n petisie te oorhandig teen hierdie munisipaliteit wat baie sleg is in Noordwes.
Yeah. Let's speak a little bit more about that, Leon. When we talk about cadre deployment and corruption, what does it look like here in the Northwest?
Well, I think there's not one municipality in Northwest where there is no cadre deployment. We see very bad service delivery in this province because of cadre deployment. You won't get water. This municipality, they've got a water loss of 57%. They don't have capable people to fix these infrastructure. You can look at the roads in this province. It's unrideable. You can't drive on these roads. So, and this is all because they appoint people that cannot do the job, and that's why we are struggling in this province.
Absolutely. Now, Leon, we have the 7 key priorities that we are promising to South Africans. This is what we are going to deliver when we come into government. Which of these 7 priorities is key for here in the Northwest?
Op hierdie stadium is dienslewering die grootste probleem. Gesondheid is 'n groot probleem in hierdie provinsie, en dan is daar ook 'n situasie van die cadre deployment waar ons mense van ontslae moet raak in hierdie provinsie, sodat ons seker kan maak dat ons aan die gemeenskap van Noordwes kan dienste lewer.
Yeah, absolutely. Leon, we've spoken and we've heard from Freddy the real life examples of what corruption actually looks like. Can you expand on what it means for the ordinary, normal South African watching at home?
Well, what happens in this province is that you can open your tap and there's no water. But 5 years ago and 10 years ago, you had water. Sewer is running in the roads in this province. You must drive next to the road. You can't drive on the road. And that is the kind of service delivery that the people experience. They don't pay for electricity in this province. There are outages of electricity because of cable theft and transformers not working. And that is the main reason that people are suffering in this province, because the government and the municipalities, they don't care about the people of this province.
Absolutely. Leon, let's take our mind to the 30th of May. We wake up and we see the DA is in government. What will the DA do differently here in the Northwest?
Well, firstly, we will make sure that we do a skills audit to get rid of these people. And we are lucky in this province that we've got a province in the West, like the Western Cape, where there's expertise that we can bring to this province and come and assist this province to make sure that we can change the lives of this province and make sure that we deliver services to the people of Northwest so that they can also experience what the community in the Western Cape experience about service delivery. We don't have it here, and we need to bring this, and that's what the DA will do if we govern after this election.
Absolutely. Leon, before I let you go, because we can see the crowds are coming and it's such a vibe here on the ground, but what would you say to the residents of the Northwest? What is the reason you would give them to rally behind the DA's mission to rescue South Africa?
Die DA doen 'n beroep op al die inwoners van Noordwes om uit te gaan op die 29ste Mei en vir die DA te gaan stem. Ons het nodig om hierdie provinsie te red. Ons moet Suid-Afrika red en ons moet seker maak dat elke persoon wat kan gaan stem, moet uitkom om te gaan stem en DA te stem sodat ons hierdie provinsie en Suid-Afrika kan red.
Yeah, Leon, before I let you go, because I know you still have a stage program to get to, but I really am enjoying talking to you. What is some of the messages that you can give, not just to the Northwest, but South Africa as a whole, to come out and vote on the 29th of May?
Ek dink dat dit is op elke kiezer, op elke inwoner van hierdie land, dit is hulle demokratiese reg om te gaan stem. Ons kry die regering waarvoor ons stem en daarom is dit baie belangrik dat ons seker maak dat jy, jou familie, jou vriende, almal in Suid-Afrika moet uitkom om te stem, om seker te maak dat ons ontslae kan raak van die ANC regering en 'n nuwe regering in plek kan kry wat dienste vir hierdie land kan lewer.
Yeah. Leon, before I let you go, what is your final message for everybody watching at home?
Well, please go out on 29th of May, go and vote DA and make sure that you take your friends and family with you to go and vote and make sure that you vote DA so that we can change and rescue South Africa.
Absolutely. Quickly, if people can't vote on the 29th of May, what are their options?
Well, they can ask their DA councillor or they can call the DA or go to the DA website and they can go and vote on the 2 days before the election for a special vote, and they even can go, if they don't stay or not where they are registered, they can also apply to go and vote there. But they can call or a DA councillor or they can go to the DA website and make sure they go and vote on 29 or the 27 or 28th of May.
Thank you so much, Leon. There you have it. If you're not going to be around on the 29th of May, maybe you're not well, you might have a disability or you're traveling, please go to whereto-vote.da.org.za and we can assist you on how you can vote. We need to make sure that each and every one of us go out there and vote. Listen, I keep telling you this. It's boring to go and vote by yourself. So make sure you take every single person that you know, everybody in your family, everybody in your household, take them with you to go and vote. Squad deep. Everybody take your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, everybody, and take them to make sure that they vote on the 29th of May. We need to make sure that everybody rallies behind the DA's mission to rescue South Africa. The Democratic Alliance is the only party that has a solid plan, a solid blueprint that will rescue South Africa. This is underpinned by our 7 key priorities. And if you want to hear a little bit more about our manifesto, please go to rescuesa.org.za. It's an easy to read document and you'll be able to understand it. Please make sure you don't go anywhere. As you can hear, the crowds are back. It's such a vibe to be here in the Northwest. Before we miss out on anything, let's go straight to the stage.
1994 was a great moment in our country's history. We were united, we had hope. We all shared the same dream of one South Africa for all. That dream has been hijacked, corrupted and sold out by the power-hungry and corrupt. They divide us with anger and hate. Corruption is killing our country. Those who have betrayed the struggle are the ones in power who have made themselves rich while the poor go hungry. This is not what we were promised. More empty promises, more unemployment. For 25 years, we have waited. We are moving backwards. The choice before us is simple. Either we make a change and move forward, or our dream dies. Only you have the power to bring change.
To remove fela matlakala ba palelwa. So today I am happy that you have came in numbers to say that enough is enough. And if you being here, we are saying that we have a solution. The solution is to root out the ANC government and vote in a DA government that will rescue South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not need miracles. We don't need miracles. You just need the 7 key priorities that the DA has offered. We need a DA government that will get rid of load shedding. People are unemployed in Matlosana because no one wants to come and invest in this municipality. Who will come and invest in a municipality that is led by thugs? Who will come and do it? So up until we stand together, re ema ka maoto re le ma Afrika Borwa, ho sa kgathaletse re ba batsho, re ba basweu, re re ho lekane, re batla ho boloka Matlosana a rona. Then ha ona mo re tla yang. So ke kopa ha John a tlo bua, o tlo re fa message, but ke rona re tlamileng ho tswa ha re tswa mo. Ha o mong le o mong wa lona ka tswa mo, a bua le batho ba 5. You just go and speak to 5 other people and say, let us vote at government because we need change. It's about time. There's a song show that I want you to play. It says that Kancane sekusele kancane kancane sizophumelela hayi sekusele kancane sekusele kancane kancane sizophumelela. That song simply says that in a very short period of time, we have the ability to take this government. Matlosana is a fertile ground, and we need to use this opportunity to take out this tax and vote in a new government.
Pambili DA Pambili. Panzi Amasela Panzi. Democrats, 30 days to go today. 30 days. In 30 days' time, we will liberate the people of the Northwest, and we will liberate the people of Matlosana from years of corruption, from years of destruction, and years of unemployment. If you're not excited that in 30 days that's going to happen, we need to hear some noise. Just 30 days, 1 month to go before change comes to South Africa. And I'm excited about that change. I can feel it in my bones. I can see we're just there, right near the finish line, and we need this last push. And we're here today in this municipality because this municipality is a representation of everything that is wrong with this government. There are more potholes in this town than there is road left. The people here live without water and without electricity. The infrastructure is broken. 62% of the water in this town is stolen. It disappears. And who ends up paying for it? The citizens of this municipality. And we have an uncaring local government that long ago stopped caring about the town. How can you be the mayor of this town and be proud when you drive down those streets and you see those potholes? How can you be proud when you see the unemployment here? How can you be proud when you see people suffering every single day? But they don't care. They've spent years manipulating the people here, and we're here today to say it's not going to go on any further. And are you with me on that? Yes. So we're sending a message. This may be a provincial and national election, but as they say famously, all politics is local. And it's the local issues that are keeping people down in poverty here in this municipality. When the water goes off, when the electricity doesn't work, when the licensing department can only license 12 vehicles in a day, that is not a city that's working. That is not a municipality that's on top of things. And it sends a message. They don't care. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, and they certainly don't care about the residents in this town. And that's why they're happy to see people suffering in the way that they do. But we have a chance to change that. So yes, this is a national and a provincial election. But on the 29th of May, I can make an undertaking to the people of Matlosana that if we get into being part of a provincial government here, and if we are part of a national government, we will place this municipality under administration. That's what we're going to do. And when we place a municipality under administration, we don't just bring in the other faction or fraction to come and have their turn to eat. We're going to bring experts, bureaucrats, engineers, accountants to take over here and get the city back on its feet so that we can have a city that works for all the people of Matlosana and not just the politicians. Because that's what we need. People first, politicians second. People first, politicians second. People first, politicians second. And that's how it's got to be, and that's how you govern. And let me tell you, the ANC are scared. They are scared. Hulle is bang. Hulle is bang. Want op die 29ste sal Slim sy baas vang. Hy sal die baas vang. And do you know how I know that they're scared? Do you know how I know that they're scared? Because now they're using the state security agency as a tool to intimidate the media and to intimidate the opposition. Just 2 weeks after Ramaphosa in that leaked recording was heard saying, we're going to deal with people who report negatively on his government. Goodness me, the media is not reporting negatively. They're showing South Africa what it looks like on the ground. And that's the job of the media. The job of the media is to hold us all accountable. That's what they do. And no country survives without a free, independent media. It will destroy our democracy if our media are put under threat once again by a government who abuses the security apparatus of the state to achieve political objectives. And I warned South Africa when Cyril Ramaphosa took the state security agency and he put it in his office. I said, this is bad news for the country because you can't politicize that office. We saw what happened under the previous government. We saw what happened under Mr. Zuma's government when they used the state security agency as a tool for political advancement of their cause. It causes people to suffer, and it is unfair, and it is a violation of our constitution and the separate of pain. Pansy, I agree with you. Pansy, I'm going to send it on the 29th. They're going to pansy properly. So I want to send a very strong message today, and that's to the state security agency. Don't do the dirty work of the ANC. Yes. Because if you do that, we will come for you. Yes. And I've got a message for Cyril Ramaphosa. Don't use the state security agency to do your dirty work. Because we are going to come for you as well. Hands off the media. Hands off the media. Let the media do their job. Believe you me, they also say negative things about me. and about the DA, but you don't see us going around trying to shut them down. They've got a job to do, they're important in a democracy, and we must respect media freedom in South Africa. But you know what? We've got a shortcut to end all these problems. Ons sien die kort pad wat voor lê. En die mense in hierdie dorp en die mense rondom Suid-Afrika is siek tot hulle agtertande van die korrupsie en wanbestuur van hierdie regering. En ons het 'n kans in hierdie verkiesing om 'n sterk boodskap te stuur aan elke Suid-Afrikaner, maar selfs ook aan die ANC. Ons sê vir die ANC, jou tyd is nou op. Jou tyd is nou op. Jy het 30 jaar gehad om 'n verskil te maak, en al wat jy gedoen het, was ons geld gesteel, en ons toekoms gesteel, en ons kinders sit honger. Ons kinders sit honger, terwyl die president vlieg bo op, met sy miljoene rand kos in sy vliegtuig. Hoe kan dit wees, dat ons spandeer soveel geld, op sekuriteitsdienste vir ministers, terwyl ons kinders sit honger elke dag? Hoe onregverdig is dit, dat ons het 'n regering wat gee nie om vir die mense nie? So I've got a message to every South African. If you're frustrated, if you're angry, if you're worried about how you're going to put food on the table tonight in your home, if you're sitting at a municipal clinic or a state hospital and you're worried that you're not going to get better because there's not enough doctors there and they don't treat you well, if you're worried that your children are not getting a decent education in the schools, if you're worried because you've been sitting for 2 years without a job in your home, I've got a message for you. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. And that help is going to come on the 29th of May, and that help is going to be from the DA, a party with a track record of getting things done, a party that does what it says. Because we've had years and years, 30 years of Kaluma, but we've had no delivery. And people are tired of Kaluma. People want to see action on the ground. And I promise you this, if you vote for the DA, if you give us a chance, we will get up every day and fight for you and for your family. We will get up every day and make sure that the money is spent on the people and not the politicians. We will get up every day and fight for jobs. We will make sure you've got water in your taps. We'll make sure you've got electricity in your homes. And I promise you, we will build a spectacular future for your children, where they get a proper education, where they can find jobs, where they can prosper. 30 days to go. 30 dae. We are nearly there. Let's push out Democrats. And this is to all of our activists. Where are all our activists? Put your hands up. There we go. I want to say to you, thank you. But the steep hill, the last steep hill is before us now as we get to the 29th. We've got to knock on the doors. We've got to make sure we're speaking to people. We've got to make sure we're taking our message of hope and change and our plan to rescue South Africa to every doorstep, in every community, in every ward, in every VD across the Northwest. Now, I've seen the polling, and I've got some good news for you. Your work has been doing wonders. We're polling the highest we've ever polled in the Northwest before, and that's thanks to you. And that is thanks directly to you and your hard work. To the leadership team here, keep pushing. Leon, Freddy, the rest of the team, thank you for your hard work. Let's give them a round of applause. And finally, I want to say thank you to the marshals. And I want to say thank you to the SAPS, and I want to say thank you to the Motlasana Traffic Department for keeping us safe today. Let's give them a round of applause. We appreciate your service, and I promise you, on the 29th of May, you're going to get a government that's going to make sure you get paid properly, equipped properly, trained properly, so that you can fight crime and keep us safe in a much better way. So thank you very much, everybody. 30 days to go. Let's get out there and make it happen. We can rescue South Africa. We can build a new future, and we can do it when we do it together. Let's get out there and make it happen. Thank you.
first time in 30 years, the ANC government will lose its majority.
Opposition parties have united as the multi-party charter for South Africa.
A strong democratic alliance with a proven track record
can anchor a new government that serves the people.
But a new government that works is only possible if you vote for it. Let's unite and rescue South Africa. Vote DA.
You just heard a strong message from DA Leader John Steenhuisen saying enough is enough. We are going to come and end corruption. I'm now joined by DA Leader John Steenhuisen. John, you were just part of the march. Can you tell us what exactly are we doing here today and how was it for you?
Well, apart from a very long 3-kilometer walk, we're here to send a very strong message about corruption and maladministration. And Motlosana municipality, Klerksdorp, used to be one of the motor and industrial hubs of our country. And walking through the streets today and just seeing the potholes, the closed shops, industry that's moved away, shows just what happens when you have a government that does not care about the people it's meant to serve. And we've got to do something about it. And my message today was, if we want to crush corruption, if you want to get rid of maladministration, if you want to end cadre deployment, if you want to make sure that you're standing up to have a city that's actually creating jobs, not losing them, then you've got to vote for the DA. Because the DA is the only party with a clear track record of service delivery and the only party that can turn these things around.
John, tell us, why was it so important for the DA to lead a anti-corruption march, especially here in the Northwest?
Well, because there's nobody else standing up for the people of the Northwest. The DA is by far the biggest party that has got ability to be able to break the sound barrier and be heard, and to share that message with as many people as possible, that in this election there's too much at stake to stay at home, and that you need a strong party. A strong DA can save South Africa. A strong DA can rescue South Africa. A strong DA can build a better future. And that strong DA can only be there if people vote for it. You need to vote for the DA in this election to make sure that we're strong enough to be part of a provincial coalition here in the Northwest, but also to be the anchor of a national coalition at a national level to make sure you have stability, you've got the policies, you've got the people and the experience that the DA brings of turning places like Matlosana around, of being able to turn provinces around like the Western Cape, and of being able to make sure that the people come first.
Absolutely. You just spoke about being the anchor tenant at a national level. What is the multi-party charter stance on corruption?
Well, the multi-party charter stance is very clear. It's one of our key foundational principles: zero tolerance for corruption. We're not going to allow big cheeses that to get away with crime and corruption. Under a DA government and under a multi-party charter government, you will see criminals where they belong, and that is in jail. So if you want to get those criminals out of Parliament and out of the union buildings and into jail and orange overalls where they belong, well then you, South Africa, need to vote for it. You need to support us. And I promise you, Cyril Ramaphosa will never put the corrupt in jail. Cyril Ramaphosa will never deliver water. Cyril Ramaphosa will never deliver jobs. But I will, and the DA will, and we have a track record of doing it. So use your vote on the 29th of May, just a month away, and use that vote in a way that it will really count, by making sure you get behind the DA and make sure we can bring the change that you deserve and give you a government that will be working for you, not against you.
Absolutely. John, people often say that corruption is a victimless crime, but that's not true. What would you say to those people?
Absolutely not. Corruption is very much a victim-centered crime, and the victims of corruption are the South Africans sitting at home without work. South Africans sitting without water and sanitation, without access to jobs, sitting without a decent education, getting terrible health care, sitting with their money being stolen every single day by politicians, making themselves richer and more and better off while our people are suffering. So the victims of corruption in South Africa are the 30 million people who live in poverty in this country. And those are the people, I'm on their side. And I'm going to work tirelessly to give them a voice in this election. And if they elect us into government, we will be their strongest ally, lifting them out of poverty and into opportunity.
Absolutely, John. Let's cast our mind to the 30th of May. We come into government. What are we doing to end corruption?
Well, what we're going to do is going to bring the scorpions back. We've got a bill that's ready to go to the floor of Parliament in the first 100 days that will reintroduce the scorpions, be able to bring them back in a multidisciplinary way so that we can start arresting the criminals that need to be arrested, and we can start with the big fish. It's always the small fish that get the focus. We want to go after the big fish, and that's what the scorpions were disbanded for originally. They got too close to the politicians at the top of the ladder, and so they kicked the ladder out from them and disbanded them. We will bring them back within the first year of a new parliament to make sure that we can set them after those criminal elements at the top who have abused our people for too long, who have manipulated our people for too long, and we're saying never again in South Africa under our watch will the big fish get away with stealing the millions and trillions and billions of dollars that they do every single day worth of our GDP. The hundreds of thousands of rands every day in municipalities like this. They're millions and trillions of rands from state-owned entities. That money needs to be spent on the people, on improving services, on hospitals, on teachers, on nurses and doctors. That's what we need to be spending that money on, not on improving the lives of politicians.
Absolutely. I agree with you completely. John, you've been a very busy man. You've been crisscrossing the country, speaking to many people on the ground. What is the message you're getting from the people on the ground?
I think people are excited. I think there's definitely a sense that change is coming. I think there's a sense that this is a crossroads election, that there's a lot on the ballot paper. I think many people have realized over the last 5 years that they may not have been interested in politics in the past, but it's been very interested in them. It affects every aspect of your life, from the water in your taps, to whether you have power in your home, to whether you've got a job, to the quality of education your children are getting, to the type of healthcare you get. People are realizing that now, and I'm really excited with the reception we've been getting. The Rescue South Africa tour has been filling halls, thousands of people, talking to them, coming to listen to our message of hope and change, and about how we have a plan to rescue South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. John, before I let you go, because I'm sure you have a very busy day, for the first time we are seeing the ANC really polling almost below 38%, if I'm not mistaken. That could mean a big win for the DA. What is your message to the voters at home, and especially those in the Northwest?
My message to you is don't stay at home. We have a chance in this election to really get over the line with a great result. That will only come about if every opposition voter gets up on the 29th of May and gets out to those polls and make sure they put their vote in the box. In a democracy, your most powerful weapon is your vote. On election day, everybody's vote counts for exactly the same. And on election day, you can deploy that weapon in the service of change, hope, and opportunity by putting a big cross next to the DA and putting that vote into the box so that we can get the ANC out and we can get the DA in, so we can get our country working again, we can get our people working again, and we can get our economy working again. And that is something that everybody should be excited about. There's too much at stake in this election to stay at home. Make sure you come out and vote for a strong party with a track record of getting things done, and a party that can deliver for you and your family.
Thank you so much, John. There you have it, South Africans. A strong and clear message from the DA leader, John Steenhuisen. We will not tolerate corruption under a DA government, and we are sending a strong warning to all of those corrupt officials. Be careful, the DA is on our way. Please make sure that you go out in numbers on the 29th of May, and if you can't vote on election day, please make sure you register for a special vote, but that is closing this week on the 3rd of May. South Africa, if you are tired of load shedding, if you are tired of water shedding, if you are tired of crime and corruption, if you can't afford to put food on the table for your children, if you can't send your children to school, then you know what you have to do. You have to make sure you take your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your side chicks, your side boyfriends, every single person in your household, and take them with you to vote on the 29th of May. Like I always say, it's boring going alone. Go with everybody you know, squat deep, and make sure that you vote for the DA on the 29th of May. Please go to wheretovote.da.org.za and we will gladly assist you. My name is Nazli Sharif, coming to you live, sharp and away.
In 2006, the Democratic Alliance won Cape Town by just 1 seat.
With just 42 votes, he recently won Umgeni.
Because people voted for change.
DA-run Midvaal is now the best-run municipality in Gauteng.
And a new story was written for the Western Cape when people voted DA.
But if you want a new government that works, then you have to vote for it.
In this election, every single vote will count. Your vote can rescue South Africa. Vote DA.
Thanks for watching. All across our beautiful country, people are joining forces to elect the new government that can rescue South Africa. Like and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Please share our videos with friends and family. Let's rescue South Africa. Vote DA.